This is Pyrion Flax's guide to my first game of Dota 2. Neil and Sons fan over at Dotacinema asked me to put this together very kindly, and after a lot of arguing, I relented and I said, fine, I'll give you a stupid video about my first game of Dota 2, fine. So, like the old man on the porch, smoking his corncob pipe and casting his mind back to happier days, I'll remember games before I started playing Dota 2, and then I'll tell you how I got into this game. I used to play a lot of online shooters, like I played Medal of Honor and I played Counter-Strike Source when that came out, and I was terrible at them, but they were fun. You know, they were a good way to waste a few hours. But I never felt like I was getting any better because they relied so much on like reactions and stuff, and I have the reactions of a slug. So then I started playing World of Warcraft when that came out, and that soaked up years of my life, just years, absorbed by World of Warcraft, and then Burning Crusade came out, and I went through the portal into the new realm, and after all the time I'd spent in Molten Core and all the other instances, hours and hours with my guild, shouting at each other, trying to kill Ragnaros or whatever his name was, I go across the bridge, I kill a pig, the pig drops a cloak that's better than any of my existing equipment, and it was just a green item. And I thought, fuck this game. No offense, World of Warcraft players, enjoy yourselves, it's just not for me. So then I went to play EVE Online, and I played with goons in the Goon Fleet, and I played in Groon, and I played that game for years, absolute years. God knows why, because EVE is a terrible, terrible game. I intend to offend EVE players as much as possible by saying, EVE is terrible, don't play it, and the guys who make it have no intention of ever making it a better game. Don't play EVE Online, that's my advice to you. And then my friend said, hey, why don't you try Dota 2? And at this point I guess I was like a crack whore, desperate for a fix, and he comes along and says, hey, why don't you try Crystal Meth? This stuff is great. And I said, okay, I'll try some Crystal Meth, and I installed Dota 2 on my machine. And he said, right, here's the first game, just pick an easy hero. Pick Sven, just pick Sven. And then he said, max your Q, get a Quelling Blade and a Stout Shield, farm the bottom lane with me, get a little last hits if you can, try to harass the enemies, don't use your Q early on, wait till level 6, and none of that made any sense to me whatsoever. I was like, okay, don't I just click on the guys and hit them? You know, they're the bad guys, I hit the bad guys. He says, nope, you've got to do it this way. And of course, 5 minutes in, everybody's screaming at me, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so bad at this game, I don't think I'll ever get any better. Here's the score card from my first game of Dota 2 that I can remember. I played against bots, but this is one of the first ones against people that I can remember being absolutely whipped. Look at this, 30 deaths, 30 kills, I wish, 30 deaths. A KD ratio of 1 to 30. How is that possible? Whoever I killed in that game, you should be ashamed of yourself. And I still have Boots 1 after 50 minutes. 50 minutes! I don't even know how that's possible. But anyway, I love the game, and it's just one of those games that sucks you in, even though your shittiness is immediately apparent to your teammates and has a genuine effect on their enjoyment of the game. Like, you have to play, basically, if you think about from the start of matchmaking to the end of the game, it's like an hour of somebody's time. If you turn up and you're just a turd, that's affecting their day, and that's why people get so mad about Dota 2, I think. It's not like when they win, they get to keep the gold or something. You know, it's gone. It's not like there's no loss, really. You lose the game, that's it. It's like a black mark on your record. But you could always say, look at the replay, it was this idiot. So, you know, in a way, I don't really understand why people get quite so mad. It's because you can't leave. Like, if you could abandon games in Dota 2, 5 minutes in, anybody playing with me would just go, fuck this, and they'd leave. So, I think that's probably why it's a bloody good idea you can't abandon games. But anyway, I don't want to open that debate. The thing with Dota 2 is it's like a knife fight in prison, okay? You're in the shower, it's you and another guy completely naked trying to cut each other's arteries, you're like just grappling to the death, and suddenly some dude comes in and he's like, BAM! Sodomizes you from behind. And you think, what the fuck is going on? And you turn around and it's someone on your team. He's like, it's okay, dude, we got this. That's Dota 2. In no other game can your team fuck you quite as hard as they can in Dota 2, and they will fuck you as hard as they can continually, and that's, you know, I'm probably the biggest sodomite of all when it comes to Dota 2. So yeah, it's just one of those games. The other way I can put it is, if you've seen the movie Dune, there's that bit where Paul Atreides goes in to see the Bene Gesserit witch, and she has this green box, and she says, put your hand in the box, and he tries to run, and she's like, wait, and he has to put his hand in the box, and she says, and he says, what is in the box? And she says, pain, and he has to put his hand in the box, and she's like, feel your hand growing hotter, heat upon heat upon heat. And he starts to say, I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is a little tendon in the back of the neck. Feel the flesh crisping, dropping off. And he goes, the pain! And she goes, enough! And that's Dota 2, really. If you like this shitty video, please subscribe to my fucking channel. Thank you.